It's inside me. Oh yeah. Blame it on the music. Hey. It's inside me. Yeah. Oh yeah. Blame it on the music. Let's go. Above my head. I have music in the air. Above my head. I have music in the air. Above my head. I have music in the air. I really do believe, I truly believe there's a God somewhere. They used to say like this, down below my feet. Down below my feet. There's a hell below. There's a hell below. If you don't live right. Down to hell you go. Live a humble life. Live a humble life. Golden slippers to golden slippers and the long white road. Very nice. Above my head. I know above my head. Those listening on the radio, they're very few. And I think those who really do believe. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to DGMT.
Hi. How are you?
On this beautiful day that the Lord has made, we're going to rejoice.
And we shall indeed be.
We're going to be glad. Why? Because God made this day.
What do don't mind the rain and the traffic. God made it, yeah?
God don't make mistakes. No. Everything God made, he's like, you know what?
I needed that reminder.
It's good. God be like, I made it. It's good. It's like, I like it. I like it.
That's all that matters.
And that is all that matters. That's all that matters. God made it. He liked it. Welcome, everybody. How y'all doing?
Sanford said, is he first today? Sanford, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. Well, you have tried.
You are first in effort.
And fail in your trying. So scarred. There you go. That's us. That's us.
Hi, guys.
Hi, everybody.
Guys, look, DGMT here.
She got her braids in.
I got my Cleo twists in, but they are red, man.
What's red?
You can't see my hair's red.
I thought it was burgundy. I was going to burgundy.
I mean burgundy reddish.
Okay, all right. Burgundy. I used to say like, oh,
hi.
My colors are very off.
That's red. Burgundy, a shade of red.
There's more head was purple. Like looking at it now, it looks purple.
Get your colors on.
Anyhow.
Good day, good evening, good afternoon, Julianne. I thought you was busy working somewhere.
I know she been there. She brought us. Speaking of her, are you going to put it down? You was holding up. That's our sponsor.
Okay, hold on. No, we don't do sponsors at this stage in the show.
All right, truly.
Okay,
yeah, but she be there. She be there and drop these off.
But good morning, one. Good morning, all.
Good morning, short. Good morning, tall.
Good morning, big. Good morning, small.
Good morning, all of y'all. That's wrong, buddy.
No, because you do it too. Like when.
I say good morning.
It doesn't matter.
You say big and small. I would say big and small. It's not.
It's okay. All is well.
I can't do it second.
We're here. All is well. We are here on DGMT this afternoon for a power hour, Saints. It's going to be a power hour, but we're going to give you a strong power hour.
Our co-host has other things to do.
Oh.
She has a hot date,
as
the young people say.
I wish.
Does young people say that? I don't think young people say that.
Hot date?
Yeah.
One hot date for the summer god. Just one.
One hot date.
One hot date.
Based on temperature.
Only hot because of the temperature. Nothing else about the date need to be hot.
Based on the temperature.
A date.
Looking for it.
And the hot weather. Hot date. That's what we're going for.
So Sanford, we do apologize. Our first upon all of our platforms was one Jody Ann Henry. All the way from
Sanford,
from
if you're trying to beat Jody, just don't do it.
You're
not going to beat Jody. Whatever it is, you're not going to beat Jody.
Unless she got a walkathon like last night. Unless she got a walkathon.
No walkathon at 6 a.m. in the morning. She beat us here still.
So hi everybody, Christoph Roll is here commenting, calling for a backup. He's calling for Lillian Fresh early in the morning.
He's calling in the cavalry early in the morning.
So yeah, I say good evening, throwing shade. That's fine. Feel free.
You ain't see these streets?
These
streets wild this afternoon.
The streets are moist. The streets definitely moist this afternoon.
They're moist. Everybody say moist. No, the streets them. I was about to say Vera. What happened? Power hour, Marisha. Power hour.
Yeah.
Golden slippers too.
Shaquinda,
I feel like I've not seen Shaquinda.
It's been a while.
In a little while. Hey,
I feel like we're coming for the family reunion time. That's what we're coming for. We're coming to see our friends who we haven't seen in a long time.
I know, right? Where everybody knows your name. That was such a good song. And they're always glad you came. I always just get a bit teary-eyed with that one. It's just so emotional.
You want to be
what people see. The troubles are all the same. You want to go where? Why would?
And that's sad ending.
Come on.
If y'all don't know what we're talking about, wow.
Christoph, what you mean? You stopped.
What do you mean you stopped? What? What is happening?
Did the people stop dying? What happened?
Oh, they definitely stopped dying.
So what happened, Christoph?
The people's be dying.
Why you stop taking funerals?
You know what I'm saying? Because he wants to turn his heart.
Because he wants to tune in.
He wants to
incline his heart to the live.
Oh, jeez. Oh, Lord God. Oh, yeah. Anyway, guys, so it's been fun. It's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun. Hey, so they cut the church on last week and cut the short again today.
This is what happens. This is what happens when you let the people dictate your life. Because if it wasn't for our faithful fans, I would have told Delton cancel today. But I was like, no, because the people them can come for us in the chats. They can say, where's DGMT? I
want you to say,
and lo and behold, we're here, and still it's not enough.
We were one yes away from canceling the show.
One.
I'm not gonna say who the yes was.
My soul says.
I'm not gonna say who the yes that was needed, but we were one yes away from canceling the show.
Play the sound effects.
I'm just gonna say it.
So we listen. We just came by to say hi today. We just wanted to check in with you guys because we know it's raining outside. So maybe your afternoon plans have been they've been interrupted. So we just want to make sure we give you some company for the afternoon. But let's not lose sight of what we come here to do. We start with the church announcements. Can we have the church announcements, please, Minister Delton?
The church announcements. We want to send birthday greetings. All of those are celebrating birthdays this week or may have celebrated last week who we didn't get to. I have on my list celebrating today a every now and again DGMT.
Yes.
One Lady Natalia A. Perry, all the way from Knoxville, Tennessee.
Yes, we wish her a happy birthday.
Happy birthday. I also have a classmate of mine that's celebrating today. I came to find out that he's now sort of in-law related to me.
Hold on. What? That sounds messy, bro.
He's in-law related to me.
That sounds messy.
Yeah, no, his name is O'Neill Roll. Me and O'Neill went to Arm Billy together.
Okay.
And then one day I saw him on the Facebook. They shared a post and he was calling Keela, hey, auntie. I was like, huh? He's calling Keela. Keep in mind, Keela is all...
Do you not hear?
Yeah, what?
Speaking.
Oh, sorry, that's me. Did you not? I was like, Keela, why is this man who I went to high school with?
Keela, who's your cousin, is his auntie.
Who lives in Miami.
Right.
So apparently Greg is his uncle.
Okay.
And so now
he is your exactly what you said.
Is now
exactly what you said.
Hey, so happy birthday, O'Neill.
Well, happy birthday to O'Neill. Well. I would like to send birthday shout outs today to, of course, Lady Perry. We know Warren P. Grant, a friend of the station, celebrated on the 23rd, which was yesterday. As well as a dear friend of mine by the name Janine McLeod. She sometimes listens to the show, so if she's listening now.
Also, Princess Sister celebrated too on the 23rd.
Yes.
Patrice.
And Janine celebrated on the 23rd. So happy birthday to you. You know, there's some people in your life that are just good people.
Oh, yeah.
She's good people.
That's good people.
Just good.
That you want to have in your life at all times.
So I would like to send her birthday greetings because I wasn't able to message her on her birthday because I had some phone drama. But we're going to talk about that.
We can talk about that.
I'm not emotionally in the right place for it.
So happy belated birthday also goes to my nephew, Dante Roll. I'm not sure. You don't listen to us, but you all be in Canada. That's Berkeley's son.
Okay.
I was like, he turned 28. I was like, I didn't know when this dude.
Oh gosh, it's Alexi's birthday today.
Alexi, Jesus,
no
one told me that.
Alexi's birthday is my cousin, so I wishing him. He's turned 22. When I saw that, I nearly fell out. I was like, "How are you a grown up?"
Yeah, no,
because you were once a baby.
I have nephews.
It's that thing where you expect to grow up, and everybody else is supposed to stay the same age. So we wish you all a happy
birthday.
Happy birthday to those celebrating anniversaries.
Happy anniversary to you.
Happy anniversary to the sick and shut in. We continue to pray for you.
Continue to pray for the sick and shut in.
As you do during the church announcement.
As he must do. We call
the names. We don't pray for the sick and shut in anymore. Why?
We don't. I guess usually,
these young congregations don't have any shut in.
They don't sick and shut in no more. They don't get it no more.
These kids. No, but these old people, they don't stay shut in. They don't.
Yeah, no, they coming out.
Yeah, they coming out.
They coming out. So Marisha says the loan stuff in this busing. Me and what we're currently enjoying. Thank you, Julianne.
I was slacking on my known stuff in order this weekend. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But don't worry, I would not do it again.
There is more.
Come on, lift those hands all over the room. But while we are speaking of loan stuffing,
it's not gonna happen. I can't get it. I can't let you through yourself.
Okay. Hold on. If I move this mic.
You get it? All right.
You'd like to shout out our sponsor for the day.
Well, our original sponsor, I must say. Don't forget, now this is the reason that our show is actually on stream. I'm actually streaming on Thingam because this is our original sponsor.
This is our original sponsor. We were going back to our roots on today.
Did they ever pay?
So we would like to shout out Deja Salads. Deja Salads, who are our sponsors today and every day. Every time you see me in Delton here, Deja is somewhere in the mix. So today Delton and I will be enjoying.
Let me see if that on the side. Oh boy, what's happening here?
I'm trying to shade it out. Yeah, no.
I'm trying this side.
Yeah, no, they got it.
There you go. All right, so there you go. And that blueberry lemonade. Blueberry
lemonade is what we will be enjoying. I think Delton's got a strawberry lemonade.
I have a watermelon, actually.
Oh. Watermelon lemonade. Delton, hold on.
I have a water.
So thank you to Deja who sponsors us today. Deja
and
loan stuffing. If you are into healthy and very tasty filling salads, listen to me. A filling salmon, one of them salmon.
And the salmon and apple pecan.
Salmon with is it the Dallas salad I get? Which one's the Dallas salad? Dallas Garden salad?
Yeah, Dallas Garden. This is apple pecan.
So Deja salads and loan stuffing, stuffed crab, if that's what you're into. Listen, once you go loan stuffing, you don't go back. Period. I don't know how else to say it. It just is what it is. So this summer, please patronize.
Give them a call today. 454-4370. 454-4370. In my radio.
I was trying to come up with a jingle just now off the top of my head.
On top of that.
My juices, they ain't flowing, man. They ain't flowing. But for all of you that are in the chats, good morning to you all. Good morning, Miss Mary, who just came in. Good morning to Miss Michelle, who's also here. To Dawn, who gave us a big hearty hi. To Christoph, who's cancelled all appointments to be with us. For Lillian and Julianne. I guess it's the Ian people who's come with the attack. Lillian and Julianne, who came with the shade very, very early this morning. We wish you all a very, very, very good morning.
It's Christoph too. Don't leave him out.
I mean, that's expected.
So anyway, so in news and reviews, this week in the country, there's still this whole idea of this people blaming the police for crime, right? And saying that the police didn't do more.
What happened with what the police do? Nothing, eh?
I guess they said the police did nothing. I'm still confused as to what exactly we want police to do as it relates to someone shooting somebody who they have an odd against. What exactly are the Bahamian? I guess not all around the world. What exactly do you expect the police to do if I don't like Vera and I take off my gun now and I shoot her?
I see what you're saying.
What exactly should the police be in the studio with us at all times?
I was thinking maybe people are making that comment as it relates to like maybe the consistency of punishment and the enforcement of laws and things.
But that ain't no beats.
Now, no, like if somebody's doing something shady, they don't get a blind, like they get arrested for it.
A lot the police. I always say our police make a lot of arrests. The problem is not really the police when it comes to that kind of such situation. is usually when they go to the court system, the court be like, all right, then you can leave. That's usually what our biggest problem is.
You know what? I will take that back, and I would agree with you.
Yeah, I would agree with you. You kill a person? What? Okay, probation. Like,
I don't know why Delton's making light of something.
I'm sorry. I mean, I'm trying to make it.
But the point is, I get your point.
Yeah.
But we did have a lot of. Oh, Jody come with a deepness.
Do we really want laws to be enforced, though? I mean, hey, I don't. I'm always confused and baffled. Like last night, and
I want laws to be enforced because I try to abide by them as much as possible. So I'd quite like for them to be enforced.
Condolences out to the Lockhart family. A classmate of mine. I just talked about him.
That was the person who was shot?
Yeah, last night. Classmate of mine, Ron Bailey. So condolences to the Lockhart family.
Oh man.
From the that's the Grove area on the Palm Tree Avenue area. I just talked with him. Me and him sat at the same. We were talking about Jamal, the cross-dressing. I have cross-dressing.
Right.
It was me, the cross-dresser.
Oh, I feel
Walter,
like I've heard the story.
And then the other girl. So that's
so Walter is the young man that is
yeah.
Oh,
so it's us four sat
Walter.
together for 3 years of high school. And so people talk about it, and they were like, well, the police around here chasing Lincoln around. Why they didn't catch these guys? It's like, how do you put two together?
Chasing Lincoln is Lincoln Bain. What did Lincoln do?
It's like the police are there in full force with Lincoln Bain, but the people here murdering everybody and the police are doing nothing.
But it's just part of grief and pain and hurt. You find someone to blame. We would always find someone to blame, and the more traumatic the event, the more irrational the blame becomes. Like the more far-fetched and far removed it becomes, because everyone's just really hurt. Everyone's really hurting.
Yeah, definitely. So that's where we are. That's what has been headlines for days now. Our country has been the murder rate continues to climb. COVID is now decreasing.
COVID is not a thing.
Actually, no, it is a thing.
Let me tell you why COVID's not a thing.
It's a thing now.
Because for 3 people I know, three very severely ill people I know, coughing, flu-like symptoms, all 3 of them did not have COVID. That's all I need is proof that COVID's gone. 3 people who were very sick.
No, but let me tell you how I know COVID still exists, because today my wife was supposed to be at a pop-up event with small business, and it's supposed to be at Kendall G. License is what I thought I saw. I saw that.
Right.
And so I went there and I saw the tent. I was like, people are here. They lined up ready to go.
Oh, it was the testing.
It was COVID testing. So I was at the wrong place. And I was there for a good minute too. Like, where's she park?
Like, what? You went at the right location? No. But the pop-up event didn't require testing.
Did it?
Yeah. The one that Julianne was at.
Yes. Yes, it did. And there were COVID protocols strictly enforced. Strictly enforced.
That's just a copy and paste on the flyer
saw
at this point in time.
least
you have bigger fish to fry.
Hand sanitizer.
You have like bigger fish to fry, crime rate and things.
I saw at least 1 hand sanitizer. At least.
I did walk into an establishment the other day and completely forgot to sanitize, and nobody bothered me.
Yeah.
That's the first time that's happened in 3 years.
Oh yeah. Oh, no,
I've gone into that particular establishment and no one has bothered me with sanitizer.
No,
I said it's the beginning of the end.
I've been places where just on the counter, it's like if you're at the table, like you want to go ahead.
Yeah, what you saying?
It's like, and there's no one at the door anymore. Like I've been in establishments where there's nobody at the door anymore. It's just there. So there's hoping that you do. If you don't, we tried.
I'm still trying to figure out what the effect of it is. But anyway.
But they say now it's monkey flu now, so it's something different.
That's what it is. That's what this one is. People is getting people really, really sick.
They say it's monkey. I'm not sure it is. I assure our resident medical staff person can help us
Please. Oh, that scared me. That really scared me. The shady people just walked right into the studio.
Right in the studio. Oh. Yeah, hopefully our medical can tell us. I've heard that it's monkey flu. I don't know how if this is what it's being classified as.
Does anybody know why these flus are named after animals? I remember bird flu. I remember swine flu. No. Monkeypox?
Why do we feel like come here talking?
Any smart people on the live can tell us why we have viruses and things named after animals. But that's of course in the news. What else is in the news? Well, this was the end of the school year. Oh, and it was report card day on Thursday.
Oh boy, how did that go?
Oh, it didn't go very well.
No,
apparently it didn't go very well at all.
For a lot of students?
And not because of the students, because of the system. Like apparently grades that were inputted.
For government?
Government.
Oh yeah, no, government.
Grades that were inputted and it was all mass confusion taking place.
That was
so I'm not entirely sure how they plan to fix it because school year's done, but apparently the report card season.
We know later. A lot of children have fun. This. We hoping that they did good. So,
but on the flip side,
allow them to have fun.
On the flip side, apparently the MOE under the leadership of the Annie Glennis is cracking down because I'm hearing through the grapevine that markers for examinations have been pressured or are being pressured to speed up the marking process and ensure that all exams are marked by middle of July. Never has this been the case. And so because apparently the MOE wants to tighten up their loose ends, they want to make the process of marking, grading and giving out grades more efficient. And I'm just intrigued to see how this is going to work.
It definitely should be though. Because a lot of COB
How can it be?
I don't know.
How can it be when only 7 people are marking a whole entire subject?
That's the problem right there.
That's not physically possible. Hold on. 7 people are marking a whole entire subject that has 3 separate papers. Bing.
Sounds like you have information on this process.
I have some insight. I have some insight. So, I mean, I'm all for streamlining, but...
Yeah, so anyway. So, I'm right. It says zoonotic. I think I pronounced that properly. Zoonotic diseases that cross over to humans.
So the chicken pox started with the chickens?
And swine flu started with pigs?
I think I remember swine flu starting with pigs. I don't remember bird flu starting with the birds. You all had bird flu over here because we had bird flu.
I think we had like 1 or 2 cases, I remember.
And then we had mad cow disease.
So much.
So everybody stopped eating burgers for like a little bit. Not me.
You ate them in fate.
I live in Goshen. When there was that conch crisis and it was like, don't eat the conch, I was like, ooh. Ooh, because if Bamboo can sell it, I can eat it. If Bamboo could sell it, I can eat it.
So
thank you. So we
we
got some monkeys that we need to be worried about. This is intriguing.
How did the monkeys get over here? Like, did the monkeys get over here or does the disease get over here?
No, not the monkey, the disease. Focus, Delton, focus.
Did we have some monkeys over here or just the disease?
So our news and reviews, anything else been going down? So I saw that the Right Honourable Philip Brave Davis, he is in Rwanda presently. Hold on. So I saw First Lady. She was in Ghana living her best life. Did you guys see that? My heart was so warm. Because I saw it on a Ghanaian Facebook page. Like on Ghanaian Facebook page I went, they had pictures of her in the whole regalia. And so someone in the comment was like, is this woman Ghanaian? Because I don't know if Ghanaians know much about the Bahamas. And the page who posted it responded, yes, but she lives in the Bahamas. I was like, I don't think that's correct. Oh, and then I thought maybe the First Lady does have Ghanaian heritage.
Yes, I know. What is Trinidad? Is it Trinidad?
No. She's from Trinidad?
I think it's Caribbean.
You think it's Caribbean, Delton? That's you've just gone from narrow to wide.
No, but I mean, like I think of like one of them close Caribbean.
So anyway, that warmed my heart. I thought that was lovely. That was lovely. Bahamians, y'all should really try and go to Ghana. They would love to have you there. They really would love. Accra.
My homeland.
Accra. Got to put the emphasis in the right place. Accra.
Put the emphasis on the right syllable.
Emphasis on the right syllable. Perfect. Bing. So I saw that in the news and reviews, and I just want to throw that out there because that made my heart so warm.
So, all right. So, in other news and reviews, U.S. Supreme Court strikes down a landmark abortion decision, which is that Roe versus Wade situation from 1973. Independence morning was like a baby born, and there's like that baby born thing. Hold on. On that whole baby born thing.
I had to think about this, I really did. Because the internet's been going wild.
So for those who do not know, if you may not be following the U.S. Laws, the Supreme Court, they released a decision in regards to the U.S. having federal constitutional rights or protection over abortion rights, and they changed it from being federal to where it can now change state by state.
Right.
So it gives states their own right to where they want to make abortions legal or illegal.
Right.
And it was a great day for some those conservative Christians. They had a whale of a time. They were celebrating in the streets. And then there were the women's rights movement who was like they're in total disagreement. And I saw companies that were saying that if you live in a place where they are going to tell you what to do with your body. They are providing funding for you to like go to another state to have an abortion done and then come back. Like it is like I've heard.
It's a. What did Samford say that day? It's a risky. We said something. It's kind of tricky.
It's kind of tricky.
That's it.
There are people who tell you to stop using for females these little period tracking apps because governments have some access to them, and then they see that you've probably missed the period for a little while. They're gonna assume you're pregnant, and then they're gonna.
The government has nothing else to do than track period tracking. I know we worried that they listening to all our conversations, but I always feel like I'm not a criminal. Y'all can listen to all my conversations.
So if they see like, oh, hold on, this been 2 months now, she could be pregnant, and all of a sudden,
the SWAT team's at your door,
and then they were like,
it's the police, open up.
It has some location tracking to a lot of these programs. So when they see you went to another place, like, hold on, she went all the way down there. She went for an abortion.
I mean,
murderer.
I hate the fact that the first thing is the lyrical murderer. That's the first thing that happened in my mind. But let us stay focused on the issue.
What are your views?
I think it's very tricky.
It's very tricky.
It's very tricky because we want to be salt and light, you know, and so we want what we believe and what we hold sacred, and because we believe we have the one true faith in the one true living God. We do not exist in a space that says we're Christians, but everyone else is cool. No. Yeah. We have a mandate to be salt and light, and so it's understandable that. This one side of the argument. I am not necessarily saying this is my side of the argument, but this is something I have considered. This is a side. It is understandable that believers want the laws of the land where they live to reflect what they believe. Mm-hmm. Right?
Correct.
So I understand the sense of triumph and victory and relief from conservative Christians, right? I am also very conscious of the fact that our beliefs, right, and how those translate into ways countries are run can provide limitations for people who do not subscribe to our beliefs, who have categorically said, I do not agree with that. And I guess the big argument here is the choice is being removed from people to make a bad choice. Now, somebody could argue that, well, that's why we have laws on murder. We are taking away from you the choice to kill somebody because we believe that that is a categorically bad choice. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. No nuances. So personally, I get it. I get the Christian perspective. I get the outrage from those who do not subscribe to
the Christian.
And I think somewhere like America is a touchy one because y'all ain't safe over there. That's what I'm saying. There are countries there are countries that still profess to be Christian countries boldly.
Yeah,
America's not one of them.
No,
don't mind them. In God we trust. It's not one of them, and I'm not being shady. I'm just saying that based on the trajectory of everything that's happened in the nation, prayer out of schools, the kind of vilifying of people who want to profess their faith in the workplace. Laws about LGBT rights. So I feel like I don't want us to pretend that suddenly on this issue, America's the Christian country. No, it's not.
Yes.
So it's kind of like, I get it. I get both sides of the argument. Do I feel a sense of triumph as a Christian hearing this? Not really. I'm just being honest. I don't, but maybe that's more to do with my kind of personal stance on it. Because again, I think it's a very nuanced.
I have heard the arguments.
Y'all are very quiet on loud.
I was waiting for someone to type and say like I'm happy, but no one typing nothing. Christoph was like, y'all savage. That's just put it. Like,
what did we say? What was that?
I think that was not murder.
It's the first thing. It's the first. I'm still being saved. Saved. You still got one more.
One more to go. So I've heard the arguments made on by, if I move it to the Bahamas, I've heard from Bahamian pastors that are not as stern on the topic.
Right.
Whereas there are certain things that no, you should not do it. I've heard pastors that were and now are sort of, they're not fully like yes, but it's like, I have a job to do. I'm gonna preach what I can preach, but I'm not gonna make that decision for you. Like I've heard pastors say that. Like I'm not gonna make that decision for you. The whole idea of abortion, I ain't getting into the whole when it's a person to person. I don't get that whole thing.
The tree has so many branches.
So many branches.
Like this debate just has so many.
Because one day
layers and levels.
We were here in the office, and this is like about a year or two ago, and I said that for ladies that take Plan B, that's not an abortion. And they're like, "What you mean?" I was like, "It's not an abortion. It's taking something to prevent you from actually having a baby. Right. It's not you having a baby and being
then killing it.
But then there are people who see like, once you take a Plan B, that's like."
Some people argue that contraception period is
so contraception is like that's part of you trying to kill what God had designed. You're not living the life that God has for you. You're living life short. How do you feel on the topic of abortion? A young lady comes to Vera and says, "Vera, me and my boyfriend, me and my husband, just doing things."
One thing I know categorically I will not tell them is what to do. I can't advise you on what to do. I will do my best to kind of support you through the mental processing, through the decision making. Can't make that decision for you. Cannot make that decision for you. Give me 1 second. My battery's down.
So you say that you won't push them in any direction. You won't be like, you won't go the pro.
I think what I would do. I think
you don't
what
have
I can
the power
say,
to make babies.
No, I think what I know I can and will say, because I've been in that situation before. I can and will always say, especially if the person who comes to me is a saved person. Because if they're not saved, then that's a whole different kettle of fish. What I know I will always say is, a child is a gift from God. That doesn't ever change. That's not subjective. That's not conditional. It is always a gift from God. And because my faith maybe is a bit wild and a little bit crazy, whatever circumstances make you feel like you cannot bring this child into the world, I believe there is grace for it. Mm-hmm. That's what I can say categorically. After that, whatever you choose, I will support you through.
Let me get.
But then again, we spoke about this before. Certain things like condoning something and supporting something. I wouldn't encourage anyone to get an abortion, though. I think I can say that. I know I wouldn't encourage it.
Lillian says
I may abstain from discouraging, but yeah.
The way it's being argued confuses me about whether it's a woman's rights issue or a pro-life issue.
That's why, Lillian, we said this tree has many branches.
Many branches, I think.
Because the arguments can be about life and pro-life and when is a life, and the arguments about women's choices for their bodies.
Like, don't tell me to do my body. I could do whatever I want with my body or whatever grown inside my body. I could decide to do whatever I want to do with it. Shakara says it's tricky when the pregnancy is a result of rape/incest.
And you know what? I mean, if we wanted to list the things, list the, you know what? That's a perception thing too. Because someone would say, well, it's tricky in a case where the person lives in abject poverty and cannot support the child. Mm-hmm. Someone else would say it's tricky if the person is young and doesn't know where the direction of their life is going and doesn't want to bring a child into that confusion. You understand what I'm saying?
No, I like really understand.
The whole idea of when is it tricky to be pregnant is so subjective at this point, especially in such a humanistic society. Everybody is living to please themselves. You understand what I mean? Even though last week we talked about the fact that everybody's actually created and designed to thrive when they're helping others and serving others. But anyway, yeah.
When a result of pregnancy, rape, and incest, let me tell you why I struggle with that. Not struggle, but my thing is like,
now you's a man now.
No, I'm not even getting to the fact of the female body. It's like, how did we get? And I guess this go back to my first question. I talk about people saying a Plan B. So that is like, abortion. Because to me, like once that moment happened, I think there are things that they can give you to like kill the sperm stuff inside you like right away. So it's not a matter of like you didn't do anything and now you've come now to a point where you're pregnant. That's my point. I ain't getting no. I know it's man's.
But then that's also tricky because anyway. But let's not get into it. But I think also when we're having this conversation, you've got to have a very distinct conversation about how safe people deal with this and how everybody else deals with this. Honestly, at this point, for me, maybe I'm wrong. I said for everybody else, they can do whatever they like. Because everybody be doing whatever they like. And I can't hold you to my standard. You and I are not subscribed. We do not subscribe to the same channel. We do not read from the same book. How can I then be mad at you because you think differently from me? Of course you do. But it's when all of us who read from the same book, subscribe to the same beliefs, we fighting. I feel like it's us who needs to have a sidebar and say, yo, come. What's happening? What are we, what's the message here? What's the message?
Bridget says, I think it's the fact that the choice is taken away from the woman for me. This is Marisha. You're telling us what to do with our bodies. I feel some type of way about that.
I think that's a sensational narrative. Let me tell you why. We're telling you what you can't do with your body here. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
We're telling you what you can't do with your body here, in this space, in these boundaries, because we run shop.
Yeah.
Like your mother and father, and I know this analogy is stretching it. Like in your parents' house, there are some things you can and cannot do. Okay, we're back. Apologies. We have special guests in the studio and
they feed fast.
They're getting used to the environment. I think I agree, Marisha. I do, and that's why I started off by saying I understand the outrage on that particular from that portion of society who feel like a choice has been taken away. No, your choice has been taken away in this space. If you want to do that, you just can't do it here. That's how I feel. I feel like
do that
you can go elsewhere to do it. You just can't do it here. In the same way, with education, I'm thinking about education, and I'm thinking about the United States and the fact that education is also something that is dealt with on a district by district basis.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, you don't want your child to do sex education. We do that here. If you don't want your child to do this, you must go elsewhere.
Yeah.
Or you want your child to go to a faith school. We don't do that here. You need to go elsewhere. So I feel like I get the idea that the choice has been taken away, but I feel like it's been taken away in certain parameters. Like the options are you travel.
Yeah.
If you travel and you do it elsewhere.
You can go to another state. You can go to actually you can find a clinic right in your state. Let's do it. Right now.
Can that happen? Be in the state that has banned it.
AKA man, like you can find someone
under the table. We are not going back to those days. Come on now.
You can find someone.
I understand, Marisha. I hear you. I do, but it's not completely gone. In that you can get it done.
Yeah,
you can still get it done. You just need to travel to do it, and maybe that deterrent, that journey, that 1 hour, 2 hour flight or 4 hour drive will make you think about the action that you're about to take. It makes it something so drastic is less accessible. Do you know what I mean? And I think maybe that's not the worst thing in the world. I know all the women are coming for me. They're like, has she lost her mind? I know everything I'm saying is against the women's rights people them, but I've said from long time DGMT, I ain't one of them. I
think when the federal government's like, buddy, it's tricky for us too. So what we're gonna do is we're not gonna be in touch with this anymore. You're not gonna say the U.S. government did or did not. What we're gonna do is the place where you live, they're going to decide that.
One of the things I've heard a lot about the women from the women's rights people is the whole most of these decisions are being made by men. The patriarchy.
Yeah.
Is running how we use our bodies, what we do with our bodies.
You don't need no
Someone come for Delton, please. Come scoop him up. And I get the contention, but again, I feel like that's a sensationalism of the narrative. It makes what's the word? So then are we going to start telling men to get vasectomies? I think if they passed the law to say you could only get vasectomies in certain states, I think it would be equally, I wouldn't have a problem with that.
But I hear the argument, but I don't think the argument is the same, because us having vasectomies, they that you can't have children anymore. They're not trying to take your ovaries away. They're just trying to say, hey, you got to keep that baby. You can't get rid of that baby. You're going to have to keep that. But I think that's like saying like wherever they do in like China, something like that, where they put a limit on how much children you can have.
Because I feel like I get it, but I don't see the restriction. I don't see the restriction to the point of women being forced to make. I cannot see a woman who lives in a particular state who adamantly wants to have an abortion keeping a baby just because of this. That's why I feel like it's a sensationalized conversation or narrative, because I know a woman who wants to have an abortion, who has decided that for herself already, is going to have one. Yeah. She's going to find a way.
Yeah. I don't want this. I don't want this. And they're not going to keep it. Like, like they said, I would tell you the Bahamian recipe, but that's not cool. If they have the Bahamian recipe.
Marisha's saying it's the only other side of the argument because there's no comparison. The reason I disagree with the argument is because no one's being forced to do anything. You're just being restricted as to where you can do something.
Yeah.
That's different from being forced to keep a child. That's different from, as you said, China, like you will get arrested if you have a baby.
Wait, are you allowed to?
I think they've relaxed the policy now.
Yeah?
So, yeah. It's not as strict.
Okay.
It's not.
Yeah, but I know they were like 2, and they get 2 and done.
But as I said, I hear you, But again, this is. Let's take all the discussion into practical terms. After the women's rights people done shout, scream, that same woman on social media making all that noise, if she wants to have an abortion, she's going to have one. Now, Pastor E.W. Hayes, I feel like he came in just after we talked about this, because he said, does this matter to saved people? And I mentioned earlier that saved people and non-saved people.
She's like, America, y'all ain't safe. Y'all don't love Jesus.
Did I lie though?
Did I lie? Where's the lie?
Good to see you though.
She's like, the Americans, them Americans over there, they don't really care about you like that. And so I think Pastor E.W. Hayes, just to kind of respond to his question and the context of this conversation, we were talking about how, the decision has caused a lot of saved people to rejoice. Like the Christians, I've some churches that I follow on their social media. One particular church I follow on social media pulled a prophecy that somebody made in 2011 about abortion laws. And they kind of put it on their social media, talking about how the word has come to pass, the word has been fulfilled. So there is celebration among the body of Christ. I guess the next question, or another question to consider, is, as we are saved people having this conversation, is the celebration of this decision by members of the body of Christ, or by churches in particular, can that be alienating? Or do we just reserve the right to be happy when the law starts to represent what we believe? Is that alienating? Should we be careful to celebrate those moments, those triumphs over evil? I've seen,
because that's what it's portrayed as, a triumph.
Yeah, I've seen the comments saying, I saw one
Pastor EW, I know you're going to be slow on the type. I'm gonna need you to respond to this question. I've
seen the guy. I saw him, glory to God, and this is a answered prayer for prayers for years and stuff like that. I guess so. This is what God laid in your heart to pray for. I guess you celebrate this victory.
That the prayer's been answered.
When I saw it the other night, I didn't feel a sense of we got him.
But I think that's because we just don't exist in that context.
So I'm saying, so as a believer, for me, I don't feel like this is something to celebrate, especially. Like I said, with the small victories in living in America. I was like, living in America, it's not a victory of much. And I mean, I don't even know the number of states that are now going to change. Like, you don't know the number of states, how this is going to affect now voting moving forward, because this is not going to be a big point. It's the state I'm living in. Are you going to restrict me from having a child? Then, all right, I'm moving somewhere else.
There's always something that we need to rally around.
Yeah, so it's going to be a rally point now to to swing votes, stuff like that. For like, all right, this state here, guys, this is me. We welcome all of you in there. Come on down.
Right.
You want to get rid of your child? You come. So I don't know how much of a victory it truly is. I guess it's just not going to be made law by the government.
Something about you pessimistic. Jeez Louise.
Oh.
Let me read Dwayne's comment. I tried to go to Facebook to find the whole thing, but maybe you better at that than me, Delton. For pro-lifers, it is not about a woman's body, woman's right argument. It's about the right of a third party. It's the right of the third party's right to exist. This grammar here is a bit off, but we get the idea. It is really hard to compel moral standard on others, but then again, when it comes to life, what's a more basic right than that? Oh, that was the end of the comment. What's a more basic right than that? Conspiracy theorists say only the white women are getting the abortion, so the pure white race is dying out. They will be outnumbered. What?
That's right.
I gotta read that again. I got to read that again. Conspiracy theorists say only the white women are getting the abortion. Now, Shakara, where you find these people? I want to know where Shakara read the conspiracy theorist
website
on her page. They say black women having them babies. No. That generation of black women, I think, has passed. I know Shakara joking, but I think the generation of black women are just going to have a ton of babies because they're pregnant. I think that generation is phasing out. It's amazing how none of this was so significant back then as it is nowadays. Back then, it was a big no-no without restrictions. I guess they did it more secretly back then, eh? You mean abortions?
Yeah, I mean, as we can see, things always change, things evolve as different groups rise up and get power and get strength and get a quote unquote voice. They have the ability to change certain things. So back then, it was like they were probably hiding. They were doing it in secret, and it's like, hey, I don't want to hide. This is my body. I still do what I want to do.
I only did it in secret because it was, in some cases, illegal.
Some cases, yeah. So, but it's like, should this be illegal? It's the same thing. You thought homosexuality was wrong. You shouldn't do it. Right. So I do it.
And at some point, it was illegal.
I do it in secret.
There was a word for it.
And then they were like,
a criminal word for it.
It was. And then they were like, let's get enough of us together to say that this is right.
Essentially.
And they worked.
Dana knows. I know where you been. Gone too long. That's all we gonna say. Last week we called you out fully. And we did not see you, but good to have you back with us. We have a strong 10 minutes left. Now, Pastor E.W. Hayes has come with the heavy hitting because we get the cart before the horse. If we want to celebrate, let's celebrate that when we convince them both to wait till marriage.
Yeah.
But Pastor E.W. missed last week's show.
Yeah.
Because last week, was it last week or the week before? No, it was Dexter Daps. Week before.
Yeah.
We're saying, Pastor E.W. Hayes, you got to convince the safe people to wait till marriage before you go for the rest of them. This is the work to do.
In 2022, you want people to wait till they get married? In 2022,
we have reduced the moral obligations of society to make sexuality and sex casual, convenient, and most comfortable. The natural progression is to make the correction of the error that same casual, convenient, and most comfortable. Neither should be such. You're all using big language. I had to have an abortion with my ex because she was pregnant in her tubes. I still miss that child.
She's definitely coming. Sorry. So, wow. He definitely
but the language here is I had to have.
Yeah.
And this is why we said it's a nuanced topic.
Okay, definitely in that case. Oh, baby's dead. That's not even a question.
Or mother.
People be like, your mother or your child, like, so you can't have abortion. I said, no, abort that baby. I can make another baby. It's fine. I could definitely make another child.
Dana apologizes because he's been working. It's all right. We forgive you.
It's fine, Dana.
What's really ironic is birth pregnancies are way less now than in previous years. Women are choosing not to procreate. Question. A saved woman who chooses not to procreate, is she sinning in the eyes of God? Chooses not cannot or struggles to, but makes a choice not to procreate.
I don't want no babies. Because our job is to be fruitful and multiply.
And at this juncture, we'd like to introduce a new role here at DGMT. We're looking for staff. We're looking for staff in the form of a pin collector. So somebody who picks up the pins that we put in our conversations, because we'll be talking like, let's put a pin in that and come back to it.
We
never find that pin again. I feel like we have a lot of viable candidates on the live right now. So please, if you'd like to apply for the role of pin collector, please send a message.
We've been trying to find them pins on our wall.
Send a text to 828-2543, 828-2543, explaining what credentials and skills you would have that would make you suitable for the role of pin collector. Because we need to put a pin in that question.
Yeah.
Women who make the choice not to procreate.
Are they
wrong in the eyes of God? Are they wrong? Jesus. Are they anti-mandate? Not anti-Jesus.
Mandate.
Be fruitful. But then people say, well, it wasn't just about having babies. Well, when we pick up that pin, we will talk about
purpose.
It. Right. Hot Guinness in the 90s.
That's why I didn't want to say that's the Bahamian recipe. You boil some of that.
Boil some Guinness. No blinking necessary for this role.
Jesus, Holy Ghost.
It's time to sign out. It's time to sign out. That was the closing music. I mean, we got stuck on news and reviews today, and I mean, this topic is not only a hot topic; it's a pressing topic.
It's a pressing one.
Definitely would like to hear from any more people who'd like to come in and chime in on this issue. How it relates to Save People. I know it feels like we're cutting the show short, but unfortunately, we have to today. As
Savvy, if you can, this is practical. Can you send me that video I commented on your status the other day? So I'm gonna put on the show next week. It's some crazy that you played, and I want to play it on the show next week to get a conversation going.
Oh,
see how my wife feel about it. So, Savvy, if you can, let's resend that to me, please.
Julie wants to brace herself. She wants to prepare herself. So. Yeah, we got 5 minutes before we have to shut shop and shut down.
It ain't we.
And it's me today.
I ain't gonna know it.
It's me today. I will apologize. It's me. 2 minutes.
Go ahead.
Okay. Past EW, we're giving you 2 minutes.
I'll give you 4 EW.
So you're really serious. You're cutting show short again. Now, mind you, I have a solution to this problem. Delton has nowhere to go. His wife also has nowhere to go.
The show is called DGMT with Delton Vera.
And you. So if Vera goes, you and Delton, y'all could just keep rocking. Y'all could just keep rocking. It's entirely my fault today. Man, Lillian, man, come on, man.
I'm just saying.
Yes, I know, Marisha, I know. Hold on. What are you telling me?
She's telling me 2:30.
You're telling me stay till 2:30? You'll leave so I can be there for 2:30 because that's what I'm trying to do. And look, ain't no makeup on my face, sis. So there's work to be done. Oh, Dana's coming with the paragraph, as you should, after being gone for so long. Sanford said it's a sobering topic today, and I think we're not finished with this. This is definitely something we need to unpack a little bit more, because we've already established that how this applies to saved folk and how it applies to the non-saved, two separate things.
Someone sent a message for you, FYI.
Sent a message for me?
Yeah, and your whole leaving thing.
If you're brazen, send that to my phone direct. Zimmy.
No, I play for you.
You want to do what you want to do. It's not Burger King. You can't have it your way.
That's
Christoph, get out of my business. I knew it was Christoph. Christoph, get out of my business.
You want to do what you want to do. This ain't Burger King.
I just put a tear to my eye. You're so silly.
You want to do what you want to do.
Savvy says she got to go find that, but she got you. Okay, we're waiting on past EW. Lillian, I could listen, and then the streets, the traffic is so much, I can't even risk an extra 5 minutes because I'm already running behind schedule. But Dana says, I feel the whole issue of abortion as only being used for those that had a choice between the life of a mother. Let me read this again. I feel the whole issue of abortion started as being used for those that had a choice between the life of a mother or the life of a child. So the whole concept of abortion was never just for choice. It was always to save somebody's life.
And I'm a proponent of that kind of abortion. I'm definitely a proponent of that when it comes to that whole saving a life issue.
Marisha, ma'am. I did not, though.
Business on the streets.
I should have, but I didn't. Why not? Because I went to get my hair red, boo.
All right.
Sorry,
purple.
Distract. It's not
burgundy purple.
Lillian, you don't entertain Christoph. But while we're waiting on the closing statements from Pastor E.W. Hayes, we need to come back to this topic for sure.
Yeah.
Well, we need a good title for that show, Delton. I'm feeling some alliteration in my spirit.
Yeah, go for it, man.
What alliterates with abortion?
I'm head of type.
I'm gonna think of something smart.
Man, that's what you do.
I'm gonna think of something smart.
You are
or you guys can think of something smart. But we need to pick this up again next week, because now the reality is these decisions, they have a ripple effect in the region.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that came before it is rippling into the region now, and sooner or later this will ripple into the region. And we too like be on the defensive. We too like be respond when it comes our way and knocks on our door.
Let's say you need to know questions. QTNA questions that need answers.
Now I'm gonna say this, Lillian. One thing about me, I'm a proponent and I'm a lover of the English language. You used a gerund there. A gerund is a present continuous verb. You said sinning, and I think, baby girl, you do not have to be sinning, continuing in sin. But then you said having, so we in a problem now. We gonna continue to do that. But then Lillian, we got to go 2 weeks back, because 2 weeks back y'all was saying the young people saved. They ain't on no waiting before marriage to have waiting until marriage.
They got to try it out first.
Then they got to try it out. This is what the safe saints saying.
They say you got to know what you're getting into before you get into it.
It's one thing about us, we can have a bunch of loose ends. Dana, sorry, what? One thing about y'all be living under a rock. Living under a rock, I say.
I know them, I know some people back in high school. They do things. Back in high school. Jesus Lord.
But you know what?
And you know what? Test the waters.
Let me say this. I mentioned earlier on that, because Delton gave me the hypothetical. If you were in a situation and you had somebody came to you and they said that this, that, and the other. I have been in that situation more than once. And I said, what I know I can say without equivocation, without any doubt, is a child is a gift from God. 1. Mm-hmm. 2, those who are saved and depend on his grace have the grace to do what it is they need to do to raise that child in the way. In the way they should go.
Yeah.
Right? And I can say, after, in some cases, 10 years, 11 years, 13 years, I have not seen that not to be true. I have not seen that not to be true. Where in circumstances where these are saved saints were in this predicament and chose to bear the fruit through many dangers, toils, and snares, all have come to a glorious, I don't want to say an end, because it's still in the process of seeing the wonder of the fruit that they bore,
I mean, and to Dana's question about the Christians, again, I had a couple that I had talked to before, like where they had children.
Oh, Delton, I've got another pin, and it's huge.
Oh, it's gonna be a pin.
You go.
But
you go first.
They had children and found out they were pregnant again, and like panic set in, like we can't afford it, and all it took really was to like, okay, let's go back to the previous children. Could you afford them? You could not. Did the child ever go hungry? Were the children ever out of school? Were the children lacked anything?
Hello, hi. So, in these situations where, poverty and just resources are so scarce that it almost seems unfair to bring a child into that kind of environment, because you do look at some families like, so you really thought it was a good idea to have more kids? Let's be honest.
Yeah.
You look at some families like you're barely making it, but yet you have 6 mouths to feed. Like, you already made a difficult situation more difficulter by having more kids. But then we say we encourage, saved saints to trust God to provide, right? And so don't have an abortion. Have this child, trust God to provide. Okay? What about the saved saint that says, I believe abortion is sin, it's murder, it's killing, or whatever. So I'm going to have this child, but I'm going to give them up for adoption. Same, but you need to trust God to provide. So
it's a big pin?
It's a big pin.
That's a big pin there?
That's a big pin right there. That's a huge pin.
Big pin.
Put the child up for adoption. How's that different? I guess you let the life, because Dwayne said earlier on, what's more valuable than that? The life itself. That life came forth so it can still fulfill destiny. A life that doesn't come forth can't. See, I picked up the pin and then I put it right back down.
Take your own pin off.
Give me
this pin.
Because we come here to opine opinionated opinions. I see what you're trying to do. All right. The people that I'm talking. So Christoph say, then once the waters are troubled, bush crack. Oh.
Of course, because you trouble the waters, and the waters.
Pringles say, once you pop the fun, don't stop. That's what Pringles say. God will make a way. I believe that wholeheartedly, Dana. I will set myself up to be able to call next time. Too many words, only 2 thumbs.
No problem. So EW next time, EW would EW send a voice note.
Ooh. Yeah, because we couldn't have waited the 2 minutes for you only to tell us nothing. Come on now.
Yeah.
So for those that are contemplating, ask them if they ever saw a weed grow out of a concrete sidewalk. I'm trying to understand the analogy, Dana, because it's almost too deep for me. A weed grow out of a concrete. Bishop writing a JPR question. Get them 8 marks. All of the 8 marks. Yeah. Don't leave any of those marks behind. Yes, I agree. Having the child is more important. I feel we're doing this topic an injustice. I blame Delton because Delton threw out a heavy hitter, knowing that I had to leave early. Yeah, but I didn't know it was going to be in the news and reviews because I would have told you, Delton, leave that one alone so we have more time. I would have told you that. But I'm so glad so many of you have chosen to engage with us in the conversation, and hopefully this means that when we come back at it next week, you'll be here with us.
Anything happen next week? Wait, so what happened next week? What happened next week? I'm not sure. Anyway. So
thank you to all who joined us. Pastor DW Hayes, we're going to play his voice note. You listening to his voice note?
No, Ina said it.
Oh, wow.
Said it. So
Pastor DW, that's also another viable
yeah, so let's
option.
you
can
send
us
a
a voice note.
We can play that voice note on air.
But thank you so much for joining us today, for accommodating us, and for graciously allowing us to leave. Because I know the shot's coming, and Saints, if I could stay, I would, but I got to go. Yay. I got to go. Delton, do our close.
So it's been real. It's been fun.
It's been real fun.
It's been real fun. Until next time, make sure y'all go to church tomorrow. Find a church of your choice.
Of your choose?
Find a choose like we're choosing. But if not, go join us down at Life Worship Center. Right there in CHU Auditorium. We start at 8 and 11:15 a.m. Until next week. What is it? It's responsible for a growing plan.
I get it.
To make its way through all the concrete disease of life. But somehow, got you.
Got you.
Got you there. And then I had to bring an end to that.
Impossible.
The impossible. Impossible
for a plain yellow. Delton, you know that song? You know the Black Cinderella? I didn't know she made it out here to the Bahamas.
Anyway, guys,
impossible
we are gone. All right, so we're gonna leave you with this right here.
You say no one graciously did anything. Don't graciously do it then. That's your business.
We're gonna leave you this one right here. I found this one on the internet. This is an older video, but hey, we'll talk about this next week. This Red Rev wanted to sing a song with a letter he got that morning, and it's like, don't open a letter anymore. Rev was like, he want to sing his song. The preacher's here, but he wanted to sing a song before the preacher come out to preach. And that letter he had to open, it wasn't a good letter at all. So we'll talk about this next week.
Have I seen it?
I don't think you. I don't think I have.
Ooh, I love a reaction video.
And no one will be able to see it next week. We'll be signing off.
Oh, okay.
So we're gone, folks.
I'll save my reaction for next week. Oh man, Rashad, really? I mean, it's not entirely your fault. We've gone extra short today. But join us next week when we will discuss the following video.
I'll put it on so they can see your face. That's fine. Look, one day I'm mad at people. So as we leave, y'all watch this. We can talk about this.
The praise and worship leaders again, while now.
I don't know. I think it's maybe the pastor. I don't know if the praise and worship leader or not.
Okay.
But anyway,
it's already here. But can I sing my song? I got a letter this morning.
Should-do-do-do.
I got a letter early this morning. I got a letter early this morning.
I got a letter this morning. Woke up early this morning. I got a letter this morning.
So we're gonna see y'all.
See y'all next week, man. See y'all next week.
We gonna see y'all. I got a letter
this morning. But they rehearsed, Delton.
Man, they had a little DVD part ready to go. It just didn't work out.
He said, "Can I sing my song?" You should have sang your song by yourself. Anyway, next week.
I got a letter.
Peace out, y'all. Peace out. Peace out.
We gonna live on the sounds of Davey and Chase with the Blaming Manly. Y'all ready to go? We ready to go.
We ready to go. Ready to go.
We are going, everybody. Bye-bye.